welcome to Yoga for First Responders. I'm Heather, and today we're going to do a Rise and Shine class. So a great quick movement to do first thing in the morning when you get up, or maybe a mid-afternoon break just to get the blood flowing, to wake the body up and to focus the mind. So let's go ahead and do it. We're going to start standing. So go ahead and make your way to the front of your mat, and as you make your way there, feel free to walk around on your mat a little bit, maybe up on those toes, or you can try walking down on those heels with your toes pointing up. Just kind of move around as we start to wake up the feet, the ankles. Maybe as you come back to center, you can bring both feet to the mat, and then just lifting up that left heel. So coming up onto the ball of your foot, we're just going to move the knee and the ankle side to side. You might hear a few snap, crackle, pops through the ankle, through the toes. Our feet often get neglected when we are stretching or moving. So let's give them a little love, wake them up. All right, go ahead and lower that heel down. We'll lift the opposite heel. Again, just coming up onto the pad or the ball of your foot there, and slowly just rolling side to side across the pad of the foot. Moving your knee, moving the ankle. Okay, coming back to center, releasing both feet down. Just see if you can feel those feet connected with the mat, especially through those toes and the center of that heel. Nice and strong, anchoring you down, feeling the ground supporting you from underneath. We're going to take a few shoulder rolls here, lifting those shoulders up towards the ears and down and back. And next time those shoulders are down, go ahead and leave them down, reaching down through those fingertips, but lifting tall through the crown of the head. So we're reaching in two directions, up through the crown of the head, down through those feet, like you're trying to press the mat away from you. And then as you breathe in, let's reach those arms all the way up towards the ceiling, connecting the hands at the top, and exhaling those hands down to your heart center. 2 breaths like that as we inhale, reaching out and up. Exhaling those hands down to your heart center. Maybe your thumbs connect with the heart. And then one more time, inhale, extend through those arms, reach up as high as you can, and exhaling, hands to your heart center. Go ahead and pause right here. We're going to find 5 breaths. Maybe you turn that gaze down at the floor, or you can close those eyes. And just try to find your breath here this morning. Noticing your natural breath, giving yourself a moment to just check in. If you're doing this practice first thing in the morning, you might already be thinking about your to-do list for the day or what might be coming. But when you find that happening, just try to come back to the breath. Using your breath to help you stay in this moment. One more breath here. Then again, bringing awareness back to those feet as they're connected with the floor. All right, releasing those arms along those sides. We're going to find some movement through the spine. We're just going to start to sway side to side. So just allow the arms to completely relax here. No muscle engagement, but those feet are continue to stay anchored with the mat underneath you. So we're starting to move through the hips, through the back. Again, just waking things up. Maybe as you go to one side, the opposite hand connects with the top of the leg. Just a very gentle touch there. But just using these physical connections, whether it's the feet connected with the mat or the hand connecting with the leg, to keep you centered, to keep you grounded here. And maybe take those swings a little further. You can even lift the opposite heel as you go to one side. Just a few more times each side. It's great for the spine, great for that lower back, just to gently start to move. All right, let's go 2 more times each side. And slowly starting to unwind, coming back to center. All right, let's get moving. So again, feet grounded down. Inhale, let's reach these arms all the way up, and on the exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, bending those knees and find a gentle forward fold. Releasing the arms, releasing the head. Maybe the chin comes towards the chest. Just pause right here for a breath or two as we move that head, the neck. You can shake the head no, nod a yes. Anytime we're folding forward, keeping that bend in those knees to help protect that lower back and really help it release. You're bringing the head back to center, finding a deep bend in those knees, and slowly press the feet into the floor as you inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reaching those arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale, this time let's lift halfway, drawing the shoulders back and down, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhaling, forward fold. Deep bend in those knees, inhaling, arms up, and exhaling, hands to your heart. Continue to move with our breath as we inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, reach with the heart. Inhale, lift through the back of the heart, finding your halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, arms reach back up. This time, let's add a chair as we exhale, dropping those hips back and down. Fingertips are reaching forward and up like you're reaching for that corner where the wall and the ceiling meet. And peek down, see if you can see those toes. Weights back in those heels, engaging through that lower belly. One more breath here. And then inhaling, arms all the way up, and exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling as you fold. Deep bend in those knees. Inhaling, arms lift, and exhale back to that chair. Okay, we're gonna bring our hands to our heart center in our chair here. Now we're gonna move, we're gonna alternate side to side as we start to wake up through our hips, wake up through our legs. So on your next inhale, we're gonna step our left foot to the back, just like you're coming into a high lunge, and we're gonna open these arms into cactus arms. So the elbows drop down and back, shoulders drop away from those ears. We're just opening through the front of the shoulders and the heart. So again, let's inhale here. And then as we exhale, we're gonna step forward and sit those hips back to our chair. Hands come to your heart. So inhale, step the right foot back this time. Cactus arms, lift through the heart. Exhale, stepping forward, dropping those hips. Alternating side to side. You can go nice and slow, or you can pick up the pace if you want to get that heart rate up. But just slowly or quickly moving side to side. Alternating lengths. Exhale as you come forward. You can drop those hips low. You can maybe just do a little bend in those knees and listen to your body. Depending on what you want from your practice today, maybe challenge yourself and take it deeper. Or maybe you want to take it easy today and just do smaller movements. One more time each side. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, hips sit back. And last time. Coming back to that chair. Go ahead and stand all the way up, and on the exhale, just release those arms side out through the mouth. Take a few breaths here. Again, you can roll out those shoulders, maybe close those eyes, find your breath. Take a moment once again to check in, just after moving around. Maybe you feel that heart beating. Maybe see if you can slow that breath down a little bit more. Especially that breath out. Making it a little bit longer, a little bit slower than the breath in. Three more breaths here. You can always breathe out through the mouth if you need to release some of that heat that was just building. Okay, on that next inhale, as you feel ready, again, you can always stay here as long as needed. But when you feel ready to continue to move, we'll inhale those arms out and up, and exhale, swan dive down, finding your forward fold. This time, connecting both hands with the floor. Let's step our left foot to the back once again. Find a little runner's lunge here, and just pause. That left knee's lifted, the heel is lifted, reaching away from the body. And just slowly see if you can allow that left hip flexor, the front of your left hip, to Just let go, just a tiny bit more. One more breath here. And then as you're ready, we'll step this right foot back as well, meeting up with the left. We'll lift those hips up high, finding your downward dog, and feel free to walk out those heels a few times. Bending one knee towards the mat, and then the other. You can even add those shoulders, maybe find a deeper twist, so maybe when you bend that right knee, you drop the right shoulder, turn that gaze underneath the left arm, and then switching sides, bending left knee, dropping the left shoulder, continue to lift those hips up high. And just one more time each side. Making your way back to center. On your inhale, let's come forward into our plank, lowering to those knees just like the top of a push-up, and exhaling, elbows bend, keeping them in along your sides, pointing straight back as you lower the chest and the hips. Inhale into your baby cobra, so the shoulders lift, the chest lifts, and elbows continue to point straight back. And the shoulder blades draw down the back. Exhaling, go ahead and lower back down. Inhale up to those knees, tucking your toes, reaching your hips back, lifting those hips up high, downward dog. Let's bend our left knee. We're gonna draw the left knee towards those hands, step that foot through in between, or you can help that ankle forward if needed. Pause right here for 2 breaths in your runner's lunge. Again, that right heel is reaching back, but see if we can just soften or relax through that right hip flexor. Just allowing it to get a little closer to the floor below it. And then slowly we'll step that back foot forward, right to that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, draw those shoulders back and down, and exhaling, forward fold. Deep bend in those knees. We'll slowly make our way up to standing and bringing those arms with us, and exhale, back to our chair. Let's bring those hands to our heart center in our chair here. As we breathe in, engage through that lower belly, lift up tall through the crown of the head. On the breath out, we'll find a gentle twist to the left. So turning to the left, check out those knees. See if we can keep them both pointing straight ahead. Just twisting through the spine. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling as we twist to the right. And then we'll inhale back to center. Go ahead and stand all the way up. And exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Right foot steps back this time. And your choice, you can lower right knee to the floor, or you can keep the knee lifted. But we're slowly going to lift that upper body, coming up into a lunge. So feel free to stay up high, or again, your knee can be on the mat. Completely up to you. But we're going to keep this right arm lifted, and let's lower the left hand down towards the floor. As you breathe in, reaching up through those right fingertips like you're trying to touch the ceiling. As you breathe out, reaching down through the left fingertips like you're trying to touch the floor. 2 full breaths here. Reaching in 2 directions through those arms, but also in those feet. Front toes are reaching forward, back heel is reaching back. Nice and strong. Maybe you add a little side bend if you lean over to the left. And then go ahead and reach both arms back up, exhaling those hands to the floor. All right, we're going to step this back foot, or the front foot, back and all the way up. Finding a little 3-limb downward dog. Now maybe we stay here, maybe you lower your foot down to your downward dog, or if you want a little extra work this morning, on the exhale, we bend that left knee, drop towards the left elbow. Inhale as you reach the leg back up. Exhaling, bring the knee towards the right elbow. Inhaling, lift. Exhaling to the left. Really come forward onto those right toes. Inhale, back up. And last time, exhaling to the right. Inhale and lift. Go ahead and lower that foot down to your downward dog. We'll come forward into our plank. You can stay on the toes and lower halfway to your mat, or you can come to the knees and lower all the way to your mat. But just on the exhale, bending those elbows. And inhale, lifting the heart. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, making your way back, downward dog. Taking 3 full breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last time like that. Listen for the sound of your own breath. Okay, switching sides. On that next breath in, we lift this right leg up. Again, you can stay here. You can stay in downward dog. You can always come to child's pose. It's your practice. If you want to keep moving with us, on the exhale, bending that right knee, draw it towards that right elbow, and inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, cross underneath the body towards that left elbow. Inhaling as you lift. Exhaling to the right, try to lift that knee up away from the floor. Inhaling back up, and last time, exhaling knee to the left. Inhale and lift. And on this exhale, we're going to step that foot through, in between those hands towards the front of your mat. So again, you can always help the ankle there. Maybe walk the hands back to meet up with the foot. Now as we come up to our lunge, again, you can come to the back knee or stay on those toes. Slowly we'll begin to lift the head, lifting those arms, finding your balance, grounding down into the front heel, reaching back through the back heel. It's okay if you fall. And then let's keep that left arm lifted. Right hand will lower down towards the floor. A little side stretch really helps wake up the body. As we inhale, reach it up, exhale, reaching down. Feel free to add that little side bend if you want. 2 breaths. When you're ready, reaching both arms back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the floor. And let's step our back foot to the front. Finding your forward fold here. In this forward fold, go ahead and heel toe those feet out to the sides. So wider than those hips, out, maybe even past the sides of your mat. Keeping a gentle or a soft bend in those knees. Your hands can stay on the floor. Maybe they're hovering over the floor, that's okay too. Or you can bring hands to your elbows. Either way, try just untucking the head, dropping the chin closer to the chest, and just taking a few breaths here. You can sway side to side. You can just stay and hold in center, or if you need to stand all the way up or sit down, feel free to do that too. Again, slowing things down. Taking a moment to check in, finding your breath. Slowing down the exhale. Okay, making your way back to center, releasing those hands to the floor. We'll heel toe those feet back towards the center of your mat, about hip width apart, and then go ahead and deeply bend those knees and lower those hips, having a seat on your mat. All right, made it through the hard part, so let's go ahead and cool down as we wrap things up. So we're going to keep our right leg extended. We're going to bring our left ankle right above that right knee. So creating a little figure 4 here. This knee might be high, it might be low, either way is fine. But just flexing through that right foot here. Hands can be on the leg, they can be on the floor, whatever feels better. We'll just inhale, sitting up nice and tall, and on the exhale, begin to fold over both of those legs. So we're just hinging at the hips. That's the only thing that is bending here. Try to stay long through the spine. So really reach with the chest. Try to reach the chest towards the foot, not the crown of the head. Till you find a spot where you can't really fold much further, and then feel free to soften and relax through the shoulders, the head, and the neck. Finding 3 breaths here. Each breath in, just sending that breath into that space you're creating. Maybe you feel that space through the back of the front leg. Maybe you feel it in the outer hip, on the bent leg, maybe somewhere else. Breathing into that space, breathing out some of that tightness we all hold on to. on the inhale, when you're ready, slowly walking those hands back up. And then let's bring our right hand to the left knee. Left hand comes behind the body. Inhale as we sit up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, we're going to twist. Turning to the side, looking over that back shoulder. And then slowly making your way back to center. Uncrossing those legs, both legs come out in front. Maybe we shake the knees out a few times, or you can even reach those feet out to the sides and then they come back in. And then switching those legs. So we'll keep left leg extended and we'll bring right leg or right ankle above that left knee. Creating that forward. As we breathe in, sitting up nice and tall, engage through that lower belly, drawing it in and up. And then on the breath out, just hinging at those hips. So reaching the chest towards the foot. Again, hands can be on the floor behind the body, out to the sides, or you can reach for your foot. But just try to avoid rounding through that upper back. You want to keep it nice and long. Finding your space here, finding your stretch. And then softening through the upper body. Maybe relaxing through the jaw. Softening the area around your eyes. And then on the next inhale, slowly walking those hands back up. We'll bring left hand to right knee this time. Right hand comes behind the body. Inhale as we sit up nice and tall. And exhale as we find our twist. Doesn't have to be very deep. Just turning your shoulders, your gaze towards the side. And continuing to breathe. And then slowly making your way back to center. Uncrossing those legs. Again, you can shake out those knees. Move those feet a few times. And then bring those hands behind the body. Feet come up to the floor, about hip width apart. And knees pointing up. And then we're just going to move. Actually, let's bring these feet a little bit further apart than those hips. And then we're just going to move these knees side to side. So just leaning back into those hands. Shoulder blades draw together and down the back. And we're just moving the knees back and forth. Rolling onto the edges of the feet. Maybe feel the sides of the hips when they connect with the floor. One more time each side. And then bringing those knees back up to center. Coming forward, just finding a comfortable seat on your mat. And bringing awareness back to that breath. Just as we finish up here, remembering that your breath is something that is always happening, right? We're always breathing. But the moment that we start to notice our breath or think about our breath, that's when the benefits really kick in. When we can choose if we want to use our breath to calm the body with the longer exhales, or maybe energize with the deeper inhales. Or maybe we're just thinking about our breath and that helps clear our minds and gives us a moment to just refocus. So finishing your next exhale. On the next inhale, let's find a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then one more breath together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and can't wait to see you next time. Namaste.